Hello. Good morning, friends. Uh, Today's word of the week, sometimes it becomes word of the month also. It depends upon my availability, is a world from the Proto-Indo-European world, which is about I can't say exactly, quite number of words in English language, in through Greek, Latin mainly, and of course the precursor is Sanskrit, and the Sanskrit agram. The today's word is agram. Agre pashyami. I see at the edge. At the edge or the topmost part. Agre pashyami tejo nibida taragala lavali lophaniyam. Means I see a divine light around your top part, around your head. The agri means it is akri in Latin and Greek, mainly Greek, and Greek is akri, and across, akis means sharp, akis sharp, akando means again like a thorn, thorn, and akme means again agram in Sanskrit. Akme can be translated as chuda. Chudamani, we say chudamani means chuda in English, chooda, chuda means the topmost part, the akme. And oxys also, oxys means sharp. So that's why, and in this one Latin, it becomes asar. Asar means sharp. Ka becomes ashar, sharp. And acutus, that is just like akis, acutus. Then like acerbus also, acerbity, harshness, or bitterness. So acerbic actually, from the word acerbic comes acid, ascetic. So even oxygen from that, acetic oxygen. So these are mostly derived from Greek, Latin, but the Proto-Indo-European root is ak, or you can say it is agra, equal to Proto-Indo agra, ak or agra, ak. So in Latin, acus means acus, acus means needle. Acus, acus, pin needle. From that has come acicular. Acicular means full of needles, and acicular life, acicular, and acere means be sharp, like acerbic, acerbic. Ochris means a mountain with jagged edges, mountain. That is ochris, or acris. In Lithuanian, so in Sanskrit, this agram is there. Then there is another word called astra. Astra means again sharp. This what is that? Arrow, not sparrow. Arrow. Arrow. That the thing is astra. The same word is you see in Slav language. Slavonic is astra for sharp. Ostru means again sharp. Ostru may be an adjective of astra. Ostru. In Sanskrit, I saw a word called Ajani, probably in some Ajani is the edge of the Astra. Astra. This the end or the top can also be the edge. Hmm? So that's why in from you know also this agram also means edge. Hmm? Though in Sanskrit usually edge is theorem, but in this context agram means both above, akri, akri or ak, also the edge, edge. See. So we go to the words. Acacia, a lot of trees, birds, things like that. Birds, trees, names of a lot of trees come from this word. Acacia means a tree with thorns. Though acacia tree in our vicinity are trees which has like eucalyptus, which has come from Australia and other places, exotic places. The acacia. So our country is now full of acacia. Native trees are not to be seen, like jackfruit trees, mango trees, all these things. They are all replaced by acacia. Acacia, but they are flowering trees. That's why this Mayflower and all acacia. So then the birds of prey as a genera is called accipiters. Axi means acro, and ptero means wings. So those who fly very fast, sharp wings. They are all the predators, like all these birds of prey fly very fast. That's why they're as a genera they're called accipiter, accipiter, not Peter, P-I-T-E-R. Peter is P-E-T-E-R. This is Peter. Axi means like sharp. Ptero. Ptero means wing. Pterodactyl. So the thing, pterodactyl is a kind of the thing. Our prehistoric. What is that? This. What is that? The thing? The lizard family. That one. Prehistoric. What are they called? Their films are based on it. Okay. So that's the problem with memorizing the specific things. You remember the generic things. Remembering specific, sometimes if you have not thought about it, immediately you cannot get it. A sign that I'm past, aging. And okay. There's a word called asseverate also. Asseverate means heap up something, Asservation, heap up. Like make it sharp. Then acid and acidic actually comes from the sharp taste the acid has. Actually, they are all from acid related to the vinegar. Vinegar comes from wine. Vinegar means it is derived from wine. The old wine, people see something remaining at the glass, where the wine was kept, the vessel where the wine was kept, as a sediment, and from that the vinegar is made. Vinegar means it comes out of wine. That's a vinegar. But they are acidic. Vinegar is acidic. So there is another thing which is also very sharp and acid. It's called tartar. But the origin of tartar word is not from this one. Not from ak, not from asar, not from acro, not from agra. It comes from Proto-Indo-European called der, means split. Splitting. Tartar means it's on the edge, at the edge. Tartar. Smell again sharp. Tartaric acid is there, like acetic acid. And acme means I said agram, peak, chuda in chudamani in Sanskrit. It also means the best time of your life, acme of youth, like that. Acrid means very sharp, bitter. Sharp but bitter is acrid. Sharp but bitter. And acrimony means when you juxtapose it to your personal thing, you have a bitter feeling towards somebody. That's acrimony. Acrimony. Sharpness. You have sharp feeling towards somebody. Acrimony. Acrobat is somebody who bats. Here, bat does not mean batting, this thing. Bat means a person who goes. It comes from the root gua, going, means a tightrope walker. Acrobat literally means a tightrope walker. So any person who does all these things, this gymnastics, everything is there, can be called an acrobats. Acrobat goes to the agree. Mainly tightrope walkers go to the agree and they do things. Acromegaly means it's kind of medical condition where the head is bigger. Actually, the whole body is bigger because there are a lot of growth hormone production. Growth hormone. It's sometimes it's pathological. Sometimes it's pathological. Mostly pathological. They have tumor in the growth hormone producing part of a gland called pituitary gland. Pituitary has got anterior pituitary, posterior pituitary, and all that. So from anterior pituitary comes several hormones like thyroxine, this thing, that thing. And if I remember correctly, it comes from the posterior pituitary. You check it. Okay, to doctors who see it, please check it. Posterior pituitary. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Or is it the other way around? I'm not very sure. Anyway, it is a hormonal disease. When it comes before the fusion of bones, the bones will become big and they'll be very tall. They will also have diabetes. It's not a benign condition. Acromegalic people will have diabetes. They will have short lifespan also. Then acronym means it is you make a word with the first letters of a series of words. For example, you say NYPD, New York Police Department, NYPD. Here, what can I say? Acronym. There are several acronyms. And again, a pathologic condition called acrophobia is there, like acromegaly. Acrophobia means fear. I have acrophobia, but acrophobia is actually usually seen in people who have generalized anxiety. I have a really acrophobia. If I go climb up, I won't have any difficulty climbing up. Once I reach the top, then I start sweating. It becomes difficult actually. So sweating and then your muscles become weak. So people who have all this, anxiety disorder in many cases because they have some childhood experiences which have impacted them. Like it's a kind of post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD is a kind of anxiety. I don't know if psychiatrists would agree with me. Anxiety, those who have PTSD will have anxiety definitely. They can have depression also. Anxiety, depression, part of the same coin, But of course, part of the same coin, you can say the kind of the depression with what's called mania. The opposite of depression is mania, not anxiety really. But mania is a kind of euphoric kind of thing. So they're called a bipolar. One from one pole to the other, bipolar. But my subject is not teaching psychiatry. This is some words in the English language derived from Proto-Indo-European languages like Sanskrit. And that is it. Then Acropolis means it's a citadel. Citadel means a city. Which start the Acropolis used to be Athens is an Acropolis. It's a city on top of the mountain. The original Acropolis is Athens. Athens is in Greece. It's a Greek word, Acropolis, and there is a poetic device called acrostic. Acrostic means if you want to say, for example, home, you write 3-4 lines, and every line starts with a capital letter containing HOME. For example, heavenly scent of morning morning air. Heavenly scent. Heaven is H. H is there. Then the next one is O. See, it said outside the window birds sing. For M is a memories of childhood dreams. The last one, HOME. Everything I hold dear. So home. Home is an acrostic. It's a kind of poetry, poetic device, you can say. But the capital letter can be at the end of the sentence also. Each stanza also. And acrylic means, again, acrylic is a sharp kind of this thing, onion-like smelling. But the acrylic paint is not related to acrylic, what it means in here, literally. Literally, it means sharp. Sometimes it brings tears to your eyes like onions and all that. But acrylic paint is, it's a kind of plastic thing. It's benign. And acuity of vision. Acuity means it's a very sharpness, acuteness. Acuteness comes from acuteness, edge at the top, acuteness. Acumen, somebody who is having a sharp mind. Men means men. Acumen. Men, men is the Proto-Indo-European root for manas, mind. And acupuncture is a kind of Chinese medical medicine branch where they use needles, small needles, and puncture on nadis of the body, nadi or some lines on the body where they're supposed to have effect on some illnesses. And see, the K can also become G in certain occasions. For example, I don't know if it is from the thing, Greek or Latin. Aglet. Aglet is a metal tag on a lace. You know that thing, you have lace, at the end you have metal tag for going through the hole. That's called an aglet. Aglet, because it's sharp. AGLET. So similarly, here C has become, Ka has become Ga. That's all. Ag, AGUE, means, or is it ague? Spelling ague or AGUE is the spelling. I think it's ag. Means a kind of acute fever. See, the chaff, and the chaff means the grain is contained in all grains are contained in this in husk or husk of, say, rice and all that. The generic name is called awn, AWN, awn. That means it's actually it means bristly. Bristly means like spine or like needles. Bristly. So awn is from this the word ak or agram. Silakand. Sila means comes from like a lobe. Kand means lobe or a hollow thing, and kand means they have fins because fins are sharp. So silakand is a kind of ancestral fish. supposed to be sometimes millions of years old, coelacanths. That's what they say. Uh, they have fins which are connected to the bones, so equal to limbs. But they are not used for locomotion. It's generally used for swimming. Fins. So coelacanths. It's a kind of fish. Coela comes from Greek. Koilos means hollow, like cell, C-E-L-L, cell. Or shala in Sanskrit, shala. Eager is Latin for, it comes from the Latin word acute, eager. Or ardent, it means ardent, eager. Acute, something like that. Eager. Common English word, eager. Eager means you are very eager, you are very ardent, or you are very interested in something. It's called eager. I'm eager to go there, or I'm eager to meet him, eager to do that thing, this thing, that, like that. See, year, all years are not this year. There is another year in English. It's called the year of the grain. A year of the spike of a grain, a spike of grains. That means a spike of grain. Spike means a sharp pointed, this, where the grains, in Malayalam it's called kadire. All the grains stay in that, on that ear. It's called the ear of a corn, ear of rice, ear of paddy, ear of this one, wheat, like that, ear, E-A-R. Same ear, but a different meaning. It could come from edge. Edge also is like that, a gram, edge. Edge is actually old European language word, Frisian, like Germanic. I think, Frisian is Germanic, I think, Proto-Germanic. And edge also means a point, corner, things like that. To be on edge means you are on tender hooks. To be on edge means to be on edge means you are not very comfortable. To be on edge. And agon again, I hear agon means it's not the real egg, but egg is actually a king. This prodding somebody, egging on, prodding. The crowd egged on to throw stones, or egged on by some people. They did this thing that they like that. Exacerbation means it's a sharp increase in something. Exacerbation, acute increase in a disease called it was lying dormant for some time. Then something caused this exacerbation, some undue thing. Almost 23 minutes. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. Mediocre means something in the madhya. Medio means madhya. Okre means sharp. So the sharpness is in the middle. That means it is equally bad or equally good. That mediocre. That means it is inert, mediocre. And another interesting word is oxymoron. Oxymoron is sharp. The sharpness of morality. So the acutely foolish people are called. The statements are called oxymoron. Means what you mean something. The meaning is something else, but it is you're saying something else. Oxymoron. Oxymoron. I would say that's an oxymoron for that. And paragon is paragon. Paragon. Agon means. And agon is not, I said aglet, like that. Aglet is actually aclet. K is there, like that. Agon is acon. Paracon means it's something used for sharpening something. Acon is make it sharp. So paragon means is an example of all virtue, paragon, or he is a teacher, supreme teacher or something like that. And Pyraka, the evergreen shrub of something. Pyrakan. Pyra means pyro actually means fire. So fire colored plant. Pyrakant. Kanta means having spiky leaves. Pyrakant. And paroxysm. Para plus oxysm. Oxysm means again comes from ak or agram. Oxysm. Oxygen means oxygen comes from acid, bitter taste. It was once believed that oxygen is a thing which produces acid, which is proved to be wrong. But finally, I come to the oxygen, which has got a lot of derivatives. Vinegar is, I told you, wine plus, akar. Akar is that one which vinum, acetum, all vinegar. Acetic. Again, vinegar, acetic comes from vinegar, wine. Acetic means sharp, acetic. Oxygen is actually sharp for acid. Actually, oxygen means sharp acid, acid. Because it comes from vinegar, it was thought to be, it's like vinegar, the people thought that it is an acid, it's an acid, produce acid. But later on, chemical thing, when real chemistry people found out it's not acid, it's an oxidizing thing. Oxidation is a different process. So there you get epoxy. Epoxy means an oxygen molecule between two carbon molecules. Epoxy. Oxygen linked to two carbon molecules. Most of the resins are epoxides. Resins. Adhesives, resins, they are epoxides. And the oxide means a compound with an oxygen. The one compound I can think of is dioxin. Dioxin, because it's highly poisonous. Dioxin is something which comes out of oxygen is life-giving, but dioxins are life-threatening. Dioxins are, it is two molecules of oxygen connected to two benzene rings on either side. Dioxins, two molecules of oxygen connected to two benzene rings on either side. And dioxins are carcinogenic. They are very unhealthy compounds. Dioxins are really derived from oxygen also. So, you have molecules, oxygen-free radicals. And so oxygen is not always beneficial. Oxygen is good for breathing when you are deoxygenated. You say deoxygenated means without oxygen. Hypoxia means a little bit less of oxygen. So like that. So acid again, I said sharp taste, having a sharp taste. Acid. So I finish with oxygen. Oxygen. May you have plenty of oxygen, but not hypoxia or anoxia without oxygen. And may you not be prey to oxides like this one, dioxins. Escape from dioxins. Thank you very much.